film is purple. It's a 6-channel film installation. I think it's 6-channel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's 60.
Yeah, and it's an hour, a little over an hour long.
It's precisely an hour.
Yeah,
60 minutes.
composed of archival footage and new shots and things with the sound all mixed in together. It's quite impressive.
It is definitely an impressive work. At the end, there's multiple collaborative thanks to all the different people in different countries that helped with some of the shots. There's music accompanying it, ranging from more emotionally impactful, or at least that's the intent, piano pieces mixed with a lot of kind of droning ambience. That's very sample heavy. And personally, I think that is kind of, music is the big issue I have with the film as well.
Well, what I would say is though that what's interesting about the music is that occasionally you realize that the music is actually coming from the archival footage.
That's what's interesting about it. What I don't really like is the more piano, emotional moments, the parts that are very, I think sometimes they're a little overbearing in a way.
Yeah, it's a little bit melodramatic. I mean, because all those, plus the film itself is all those shots of just people staring at the camera.
It's very unsubtle. However, at this point, a topic like the topic it's handling, it's kind of hard to produce subtle works about it, considering how far we are into this mess.
It's a dramatic subject, the state of the planet, and I feel like that's why you hauled out the drama.
Yeah, I just personally I felt like sometimes it was a little too much.
It can be, sure.
There was a moment you missed because you were off doing whatever you were doing, featuring. What were you doing?
I was fixing an electrical problem.
Where it shows a lot of footage of animals being basically tested on,
I've seen that.
one being dissected. It's pretty upsetting, but also it really does fit in with the theme. The movie, it kind of blurs perspectives and like time almost, the entire thing. And place as well. Times, create, place, and perspective, they're all blurred, they're all completely blurred. None of them really are, there kind of is a narrative, maybe? I might be leaping, but
It's more like poetry. I mean,
yeah,
different sections being announced, and they're very kind of titles and statements that are very much open to interpretation. So yeah, I would say it's very much like visual poetry with a little bit of titles that kind of announce that, and audio poetry. I mean, it's a collage.
yeah.
But it's very poetic. It's clearly like emphasizing.
Some of the archived video is probably from a movie of sorts, right?
No, we're not.
There's some footage that, like I said, is archive footage that seems like it's from a movie of sorts.
Oh, there's definitely a movie. There's that movie where it seems like it's this man and this woman, and she's older than him. Maybe it's his mother.
But that is also kind of contrasted with other footage, not likely literally of the same man and woman, but I think within the perspective of the film, that's the intent. So I suppose that is kind of the closest to a narrative, that besides the all-encompassing narrative of our constant march towards doom, essentially.
Yeah, I would say it's about humans just being these incredible, energetic and dynamic creatures who unfortunately make some bad choices that cause, damage to the whole ecosystem and the whole planet. And that it kind of it's just not all negative. It kind of celebrates the beauty of human beings and the beauty of everything of the art and of the.
It's not like a completely stoically nihilist piece.
Right, that's what I mean. That's what's amazing about it, is it makes you it's like you realize the heartbreaking beauty and the heartbreaking tragedy of our situation with in each scene, practically it's like he's juxtaposing those things constantly throughout the whole thing, in different ways. It shows birth and childhood and all the beauty of that, and then it shows death and the harshness of science and industry. It's kind of like just everything, He just really packs it in there.
It's very close to being all-encompassing in a way.
Yeah, exactly. He was certainly trying to capture all of that, the whole
specifically
human enterprise. And
what you're talking about, like moments of positivity, I remember. Sorry, you can finish.
No, I just started.
There's this, specifically what you were talking about, like the moments of positivity. I remember there being like quite a few shots of like these machines watering plants and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Although later it's kind of it's made unclear whether that's what they were really doing in a way.
Mm-hmm. Right. There's a lot of you're not sure what's going on. Is it good? Is it bad?
There's also shots from the war, from the Vietnam War,
Mm-hmm.
although they are not a major part, mainly because that topic's already been very much analyzed, but of these soldiers and the veterans in the war.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's kind of also contrasted with people who, I'm assuming from the context, it's, the lush shots, like you said, of people and places. And I'm assuming the place and the people are Vietnam and Vietnamese, as that seemingly is what contextually it suggests. I may be wrong.
You mean you're talking about archival footage?
No, it's the footage. Well, there's archival footage of the veterans, but there's footage where it's those long close-ups of people staring.
But most of those are in either out at sea or in an Arctic environment.
This was definitely more of a lush jungle environment.
Oh,
It's a
really?
brief segment.
Oh, okay. I might have missed that one.
There's also another brief segment I've thought about a lot, where a parade it shows this footage of a parade and then very quickly transfers that footage into some sort of congratulations for an election or something, with a speech playing, although you can't really hear what it is,
Yeah.
That's kind of an interesting point. Is joy warped by politics sometimes?
Right. That's part of what he's kind of getting at. Yeah.
There's a lot of small moments along with a lot of big moments.
Right.
I think overall it's a very good film. As I said, I have some problem with parts of it that I felt are a little overbearing.
Yeah.
What about you?
I mean, it's such an impressive achievement to just if you try and think about how it's how he
It's definitely
how he kind of found all that footage and then shooting all that footage and then mixing it together with the sound and doing what, making it all seem like it makes sense in a way. I don't know. It's hard to you can sort of like imagine making a film. I mean, it's most people like you and me who've like seen a lot of films. You can imagine making a film. It's kind of hard to imagine making that.
Oh yeah, that definitely.
The process
was an endeavor.
Yeah, the process seems like, whoa, did you just like collect footage for like a decade?
Yeah,
and
I was expecting it. Yeah.
Or how did you do that?
I was expecting it to be like, I don't know, 3 minutes when I first started watching.
Yeah, because it's so much stuff.
And even that would be quite an endeavor.
Yeah.
But it's like an hour.
I
It's
know.
the full film.
And it's so much variety. It's not like he keeps he repeats the shots that he shot, like the shots of the ocean. He doesn't like repeat the actual shot, but he has a lot of those shots of the photos underwater with water running over them. That's like a recurring thing throughout it. And there's other ones,
and
but
there's multiple shots of different people standing in different
right.
environments.
But the archival footage is just like keeps changing, and it's like so much different stuff. That's what's to me the most impressive, and it's all really good.
It is.
It's all good quality, and it's all really. It's not like he just settled for a shot of a city and a street in London. It's like he's got like some really nice ones.
Yeah.
And they're not like just stock, They're like he actually found like the shot he wanted in all of this huge archive of footage. That's what blows my mind.
Oh yeah, definitely. What you said about repeating images, that's kind of what I meant earlier when I said like blurred perspectives. A lot of times you see on one screen, you see a person looking at something, and then on another screen, you see that person from a different angle, or maybe you see what they're looking at, or you see something off in the distance.
Mm-hmm.
In a way, it's kind of hard to tell, but it creates this all-encompassing feeling of like place.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't know what else to say.
Yeah. Well,
think
do you want to see the film that I actually wanted you to see?
Yes,
That goes away on Monday?
this video is done now.
Yeah.